everybody, it's Aaron, and welcome to this week's Market Minutes. If you are in the market for a new home, track the market to get a sense of value of your current home, or just love looking at houses as much as we do, you know this is the show for you. Let's do this. All right, starting off in Bethesda in the Glenwood neighborhood, which is just off Old Georgetown near the intersection of Huntington Drive. 8501 Rosewood Drive just hit the market at $1,199,000. This is a very typical early 40s colonial found all over Bethesda. This one has been expanded off to the side and in the rear, which added a main level office and a family room. Two spaces that really make these older homes functional for today's buyers. Also has two bathrooms upstairs, which isn't always a given in these older colonials of Bethesda. And one of the reasons why this one's pushed up over that $1 million mark. Looks like these additions were put on sometime in the 90s. They recently upgraded all the windows in the home and replaced the roof and updated the bathrooms, all really nice upgrades. Also helped push that up into this 1-2 range. Biggest selling point here is definitely the yard. This is only a 6,600 square foot lot, but it's deep and it backs to a big open NIH green space, which is super rare and definitely is going to give a lot of attention to this house. The condition presents above average. We've talked a lot about condition lately and how much it's affecting the market. Looks like it's been really well taken care of, and it's definitely sellable as a walkable Bethesda location. Also a huge feather in its cap. I think it's the only thing on the market in this range in Bethesda that came on this week. For that reason alone and its walkability, I think it's going to get a lot of attention. I definitely don't see it sitting around. I predict a few groups will probably battle it out over this house. It'll probably go above ask, but I don't think it's going to get crazy. All right, moving on out to Potomac, 9109 Cranford Drive just came to market at $1,115,000. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, just over 4,000 square foot colonial. It's in the Pine Knolls neighborhood, which has a strong audience given its somewhat close-in Potomac location, and it's within the Churchill cluster. Right off the bat, as you enter this home, it feels grand and really nicely updated. Presents really well. The kitchen in this model was originally fairly tight, and a lot of people expanded off the back of this kitchen, and these folks have done that as well. It really opens up that space, allows you to put a big island in there, a really critical upgrade to this model. The kitchen itself looks like it was probably done in the early 2000s. I think that it could be really nicely updated without needing a full gut renovation. You do get a main level office on this model, which is really nice. These current owners opened it up to the family room space, but pretty easily you could add some French doors or close that wall back up if you needed that private office. Nicely sized primary upstairs. The primary bath is also large. It looks like it was also remodeled probably in the early 2000s. Could use an update at this point, but tremendous space. Nicely sized secondary bedrooms and 2 more baths upstairs, not always found in these colonials at this price point. Not a huge amount of yard space in the back. Pine Knolls generally is a pretty heavily forested community, so you do not find a lot of large open flat yards in this neighborhood. There is a big patio hiding there under the snow. Overall, I think this is a great house. I talked last week about the house on Berger Terrace, which would be a very strong comp to this house. Word on the street is that did get multiple offers and didn't go up as I expected. I think this one is priced correctly at $1,115,000. I think it'll probably get a lot of attention. For that reason, I'm going to go ahead and call it my hot deal of the week and suggest you check it out this weekend. I think it sells definitely at list price, probably a little bit above, but I don't think it goes crazy. A lot of interesting things happening over in Kensington in the new construction world. We've seen some record prices recently. JT is going to tell us about it. JT, tell us what's going on.
Thanks, Aaron. You're right. It has been a slow start to the new year with regard to inventory, but there is a trend in Kensington that I do want to talk about. The Parkwood neighborhood, when it was originally planned and constructed in the early 1950s, was for a humble lifestyle compared to surrounding neighborhoods. at small lots with modest homes. When I first started real estate in the early 2000s, this neighborhood was the best value in the Bethesda adjacent market because you'd still get a pretty nice home for under $500,000 while the Bethesda prices were exploding. I considered it a hidden gem. As Bethesda continues to climb in price, we've seen young buyers from DC shift their focus to Kensington. With that trend brings more demand for larger homes and modern finishes. Recently, these new construction homes in Kensington have increased in price due to lack of comparable new constructions under that critical $2 million mark in Bethesda. 10311 Parkwood Drive is being re-released to the market this week for $1.7 million. Following the trend for more modern architecture, this new construction house on a 7,500 square foot lot offers an open floor plan that today's buyers are looking for. Although there are not a ton of pictures of this listing, you can certainly see the modern farmhouse look with the black encased windows, the white on white kitchen, and the natural oak floors. Many Kensingtonites would just assume, oh, new construction, Parkwood Drive, 1.7, obviously back into Rock Creek Park. Well, not so fast. This home is actually on the other side of the street, and there are a lot of other interior homes in the neighborhood achieving the same prices. 10217 Parkwood Drive, which was a new construction, just went under contract, listed at 1.7, also on the same side of the street. 10,002 Wildwood, new construction also, just closed for over 1.8 million. 4524 Everett went under contract prior to hitting the market at 1,650. So what does a new construction house on Parkwood Drive that actually backs to Rock Creek Park go for these days? Well, 10214 Parkwood Drive just settled last week for a whopping $1.9 million, which is $200,000 over list price. That set a new record for that side of Cedar Lane. For those of you guys keeping score at home, Parkwood is on the brink of becoming a $2 million neighborhood, which, as somebody that's from the neighborhood, is just crazy but exciting to see. That's all I got for you this week. Back to you, Aaron.
Hey, thanks, JT, and thank you all for watching. Give us a follow at Jeweler Burton on Facebook or Instagram. If you know anybody who's getting in the market and think could use our assistance, please reach out. You know we'd love to help. Stay healthy, stay warm. See you all next week. Later.